Hey, great. And welcome to the webinar today that the Office of Sorority and Fraternity Engagement is doing with the Writing and Media Center. We're so excited to have you here with us as we hear from the Writing and Media Center today more about the services that they're offering students for online instruction. Oh, okay, perfect. So again, this is the Writing and Media Center sharing with us things that they are providing to students to help them with online instruction. And I am Elizabeth Gilmore, and I'm the Assistant Director in the Office of Sorority and Fraternity Engagement. I have a Master's in Student Affairs Administration from the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, and I have a Bachelor of Arts, a double majoring in English and Communication from the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. And then a fun fact that I have is for 2 years, 2 summers, I worked at a community garden with the University of Wisconsin Extension. So that was a lot of fun to be able to work a 5-acre community garden, and we were able to donate um, uh, one ton of food to the local community and food pantries in the area. So it was always great to be able to do that and to give back to the community that I was living in. So what we're going to do today for the webinar is we have Joseph and Carolyn, staff members from the Writing and Media Center, and they're going to share with you updates and services that are available for students during online instruction. And then if there's any questions out there, we'll answer them and share with you how to get connected with the staff in the office. And now I'm going to toss it over to our guest speakers with the Writing and Media Center, Carolyn and Joseph, if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, my name is Joseph Cheadle. I earned my PhD in English from Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. I have previously been the Associate Director of the Writing Center at Michigan State University. And a fun fact is I like to run and have completed 2 marathons and 8 half marathons.
Hi, everybody. I'm Carolyn Gonzalez, and I'm the Assistant Director of the Writing and Media Center here. I hold a Master's in English from Iowa State. Prior to that, I received my Bachelor's in English and Medieval Studies from the University of Iowa. I previously also worked here as a graduate communication consultant, and a fun fact is that I have had a pet turtle, appropriately named Shelby, for 16 years.
Thank you so much, Carolyn, Joseph, for sharing a little bit about yourself and for, again, being with us to share information about the Writing and Media Center. Carolyn, can you share a little bit about what is the Writing and Media Center, what its purpose, and then what the office does provide to students?
Sure. So the Writing and Media Center is an inclusive peer tutoring service. We're staffed with communication consultants, both graduate and undergraduate, who work with students across the disciplines on any form of oral, written, visual, or electronic communication. We have mostly general consultants who are just skilled more broadly in the discipline of communication and writing. However, we also have specialist consultants across a wide range of disciplines. And ultimately, our consultants are here to empower you to have the best writing and communication practices in the current document that you bring in, as well as to help set you up for success in your future writing and communication endeavors. And so the Writing and Media Center is housed within the Dean of Students office. And so what this means is that we're also committed to empowering students to thrive during their time here at Iowa State, and ultimately when they leave too. This is why we really are advocates for student-centered learning, and we aim to be a place where students can also feel like they belong. And so our mission ultimately then is to help students become stronger, more confident communicators.
Great. And then can you share a little bit, Carolyn, about what the Writing and Media Center can help students with?
Yeah, so we can help with a wide range of things. And like I said before, our communication consultants they span from generalists to specialists. But when it comes to the kinds of documents you can bring in, we really can work with anything. So whether it's essays for English 150, 250, maybe you're bringing in a speech for SpeechComm 212, we can help with business writing, tech writing, science writing projects as well. And we can also help with website development. We also see quite a few students who come in with things that are extracurricular documents from outside the classroom. So this includes resumes, cover letters, personal statements, scholarship essays. We can also kind of do mini crash courses on email etiquette in a consultation too, and help students draft effective communication in that way. And then we also help with each stage of the composition process. And so we don't just do revising and polishing at the very end, but rather we really like to work with students when they come in at the beginning of an assignment too. Sometimes students just need help with understanding what their instructor might be looking for or getting a better idea of what the assignment description actually means. And then we can also help with the generating ideas. The brainstorming sessions can be very effective. And then we can also help students with organizing thoughts, developing arguments, citation, and incorporating source material. And then also, of course, we can help with the revising and polishing wrap-up stages.
Karen, can you talk a little bit about what the Writing and Media Center is offering for students during online instruction?
Yeah, of course. So Joseph's going to go into more detail about what each service looks like. But ultimately, we're offering 3 different tutoring services throughout the duration of the online consulting period, online instruction period. So we have synchronous online consulting via Google Docs. We also offer asynchronous consulting via a Dropbox option through WC Online. And we also offer synchronous video consulting that also uses document sharing, also through WC Online.
I have heard quite a bit about synchronous and asynchronous support. And can you talk a little bit about like what that is and how that can be beneficial to use both of those during online instruction, Carolyn?
Yeah, so synchronous tutoring is ultimately consulting that happens in real time. So this is tutoring that's going on live where a student and a tutor are working simultaneously in a particular document. This occurs in our Google Doc consultations as well as in our video and document sharing sessions. Synchronous tutoring is really the kind of consulting that produces the most superior results due to that live interaction and that ongoing feedback process that happens immediately during a session. But we also offer asynchronous tutoring, and this is when a student drops a paper into a Dropbox. A consultant will provide questions, some feedback, comments, and suggestions for improvement. And then the student receives that document back with the extensive feedback. Asynchronous tutoring can be helpful. The only drawback is that it doesn't allow for that real-time interaction. So sometimes this can be challenging for students if they have questions or really want clarification on things. So it is best to schedule synchronous appointments whenever possible.
Thanks, Carolyn, for providing the mission of the office, a little bit about what the office does, explaining, I think that higher level piece of what the Writing and Media Center can offer for students, and then what that support looks like during online instruction. Joseph, can you talk a little bit more in depth about what the actual services that the Writing and Media Center is providing for students during online instruction?
Yeah, thank you, Carolyn, for providing that information about synchronous and asynchronous tutoring. We are offering 3 different tutoring services during this time. Previously to moving to online instruction, we had just been offering our synchronous online consulting via Google Docs. This is where a student will receive a Google Doc link from the Writing and Media Center after they schedule their appointment. They will paste in their document, and a communication consultant will enter the document at the arranged time and work with the student as during a session. The consultant and student can communicate through working directly on the document, utilizing the comments feature, or the chat function. And this is one where it tries to mimic in some ways that person to person, in person to person consulting. The second type of consulting we have, excuse me. So, how to schedule a consultant through the synchronous online consulting via Google Docs is you would log into our online scheduling system, which can be found at our website. You select your appointment slot, which are the white ones are open and the blue ones are taken. You'll enter your information. Once you've selected your appointment, you'll enter your information and you'll have an opportunity to do a preferred email address for Google Docs. Sometimes we know that students like to use a different Gmail account versus the one that's provided by the institution. So if you want it to go to a different account, please make sure to put it in there. And then the morning of your appointment, you'll receive a Google Doc that will be shared with you. Before your appointment, you'll paste the text of the document you want to share into the shared Google Doc. And then once your appointment starts, one of our consultants will come into the Google Doc and start working with you from there. The second service that we offer is an asynchronous online consulting via WC Online Dropbox. So you'll go the same way you'd go into the Google Docs, except you choose the Dropbox option. You'll upload your document when you make the appointment, and then a communication consultant will provide suggestions to improve the document and email the document with the feedback back to the student. Consultants may not be able to provide suggestions on an entire paper in the limited amount of time available, and then please schedule your appointment as early as possible so you can get enough feedback. To schedule these appointments, you'll log into our online scheduling system. In our drop-down menu, where you can see our 3 different types of consultations, you'll choose Dropbox. You'll pick your appointment time, you'll fill it out, and then at the bottom, you'll upload your file. Please make sure that file is a Word document so that our consultants are able to access it and provide feedback on it. At the end of the consultation, you'll receive an email notification letting you know that a file has been attached, and it'll also be attached to your appointment. Our third service that we're offering is synchronous video consulting with document sharing via WC Online. For this service, you log into WC Online, you'll navigate to the video schedule and click on your appointment at the designated time to enter the session. You will then allow video capabilities so that the communication consultant can see you and vice versa. You'll need a working webcam with audio to use this service. This service most closely mimics the one-on-one consulting that we do in person during the school year. When you go in to make your appointment, you'll choose the online video and document sharing schedule. You'll choose one of the white slots that's available. And right before your appointment, you'll go into your appointment and click on Start or Join Online Consultation. You'll be prompted to allow WCOOCM.com to use your camera and microphone. You'll click Remember this decision, so in the future your computer connects automatically. When you're ready to go, you'll use the chat feature on the right and the video on the top left, as well as commenting tools during your consultation. So similar to the Google Doc consultation, you'll upload your or copy and paste your document into our online system.
Great. Thanks, Joseph, for sharing how students can utilize each of the services, make an appointment, and the different types of appointments that are offered based upon the individual student's need and what they're looking for support during online instruction. So Joseph and Carolyn, can you share a little bit about how students can connect to each service? And then what are your hours of operation, if they've changed at all during the online instruction period?
Sure, I can speak to the ways that students can connect and figure out how to use our resources. So if you go to wmc.dso.iowastate.edu, you can really find all of the information that you will need on our rotating banner. You can also email us or call us, and we'll have our contact information at the end of this presentation as well. But rightcenter@iowastate.edu is probably your best bet. And we also now offer a chat feature on the main page of our website, which will be found on the lower right corner. So you can chat with a consultant or an administrator if you have any questions about how to make an appointment. But on this page, you can find how to schedule an appointment, how to register for an account, as well as specific how-to guides to our Google Docs consulting, but also the two new services we're offering right now as well. And then our hours of operation for our Google Docs, Dropbox, and video consulting are Sundays, 2 to 9 p.m., and then Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and then Fridays from 9 a.m. to 2. It is best to schedule an appointment as far in advance as you can. We let people schedule 2 weeks in advance since we might not have a consultant available for each service during each window of time. So make sure you check the availability on our WC Online appointment system and schedule your appointments in a timely manner.
Thank you. That was Joseph and Carolyn. That was really helpful to share all of the services that the Writing and Media Center provides, how students can get connected to staff, and then the different ways that the office is available to support students. I'm wondering if each of you could share with us some tips and tricks that you would recommend to help students be successful during online instruction.
Sure. So I can go ahead and get us started, and Joseph, feel free to chime in at any point. The biggest thing I would say is think creatively about how you can use all the resources at your disposal and recognize that there are some limitations but advantages to the different forms of online instruction. We do have these services available to you through a broad range of time frames too, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays, and as well as available on the weekend. So we really do encourage students to take advantage of this and to schedule in advance. That way they can get help with their projects during this time of change.
Yeah, and I would reiterate that idea that to think creatively about how you can use all the resources at your disposal. I know all of us in the academic support and in student support are all going online, trying to be creative in how we can continue to support you and to be there for you and to help you through this time of remote learning. So, all of our offices are trying to do online outreach and online services for you. Also, don't be afraid to ask any questions. For many of our offices, as you have seen, this is new for many of us. So, we're trying to navigate this new environment with you, and we are there to help you. And so we're in this together.
Great, thank
Yeah,
you.
and the final thing I'll add in too, I started touching on a few of the limitations. The biggest one would be if you are concerned about not having high-speed internet or connection that might not be the most consistent. This is really when asynchronous consulting might be a good option for you. And while we do encourage synchronous consulting whenever possible, since you do get that immediate feedback and that interaction with the consultant, um, unfortunately, technical issues and drawbacks can happen, but asynchronous tutoring is the solution to that.
Great. Thank you to both of you for sharing some tips and tricks to be successful. I think not only when we're in online instruction, but just at any time in general for students to be able to reach out to the office. So I have been looking at our chat box to see if anyone has any questions out there, and I am not seeing any. So I think maybe we can offer this up to Carolyn and Joseph to see if there's any other additional things that you might want to add to this presentation today for students.
Yeah, this is Joseph. I would just want to say, we understand what many of you are going through, and we know that it's a difficult time. So, please know that we're here for you, that our services are here for you, and that we're trying really hard to be able to, provide the help that we know you need, and the help that you may want. So, if you ever have any questions or concerns, please let us know. If there's other services that you want us to offer, centering on writing and communication, let us know, and we're able to work with you.
Yeah, and I'll just echo exactly what Joseph said too. And one other way you can interact with us, which we'll have this on our final slide, is check us out on social media. We like to put up a lot of healthy wellness tips, writing related and otherwise. It's a really nice way for us to create that sense of community and to keep interacting with you folks while you're afar too.
Great, thank you. And I think that it is really helpful if you do have questions to reach out in advance as soon as possible to make sure that there's plenty of time to reach out. And then know that this is a transition, not only for you as a student, but also for faculty as well. So they are working through some different things too. So knowing that you're not alone and that there are people, staff and faculty, maybe even your fellow students that are there to help and assist you as well. Um, and then some final information that we have about the office. If I don't know, I guess if Carolyn or Joseph wanted to jump back in and give some final information about how to reach out to the office, and where their website is located, how they connect on social media, that would, I think, be great for our participants to hear.
Yeah, anytime you have questions during our working hours, or if you want to call to schedule an appointment, please call our main phone line at 515-294-5411. And you'll be able to talk to a consultant directly, and they'll be able to help you answer any questions, troubleshoot any problems, or to make an appointment for you. If you are trying to contact us outside of our main hours, please email us at writectr@iastate.edu, or go to our website and use our chat feature. And I'll let Carolyn touch on our.
Yeah, so the Writing Media Center is very social. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, follow us if you kind of want some uplifting writing tips and tricks, but also some wellness suggestions during this time of social distancing. Our communication consultants and administrative assistants really like to interact with the different units in the Dean of Students office, but also with all the students here at Iowa State University. We post regularly on there with any upcoming events or any major announcements too. So check us out.
And then I think it's great to know again that the Writing and Media Center is here to help you as a student with more effective communication, and they can really help with collaborating with you to be able to work on the projects that you are doing and to provide some updates and revisions on the products that you have to communicate in the most effective and communicate in a way that is clear as well. So thank you to Carolyn and Joseph and everybody at the Writing and Media Center for the work that you are doing for students and providing the support that you do have and making the transition to help students during this online time for education. And then we, again, at the Office of Sorority and Fraternity Engagement, just wanted to say thank you for coming today and participating in this webinar to hear more about the services provided by the Writing and Media Center. And then the presentation that you've attended today will be available soon, so you can watch this back again to hear about all the services that are provided for you with the Writing and Media Center. So thank you for coming and have a great rest of your day.